Hey guys, Dion here. So I tried doing my coming out video the other day, and the video was all screwed up and I wasn't embraced by the community. But I have something I want to say. I'm transgender. I've been wanting to come out for the past 20 years. I've known ever since I was 3. I'm 23 now. I've known since I was 3. I've always grown out my fingernails. You can see them a little long here. I paint my nails, and I always wanted to wear dresses everywhere I go. But instead, guess what? I feel so uncomfortable wearing a dress everywhere because I just feel like everyone would just not accept me. Well, today this is my coming out video, just to show that I'm not afraid of the alt-right and how I should be accepted. And so I'm transgendered, and that's how I talk. Yeah, I am transgendered. And I still grow a beard in a mustache with a big fat Adam's apple. And you know I I've known since I was a kid. I've always felt out of touch with my roots. I mean, it pains me to say it, but I want more people to come out like this. Just the stoicism in people's faces. I can just see it in their faces that everyone's transgender now. It's just a thing. It's like I can detect people's transgenderism. It's like, yeah, it's like, my psychologist came up to me and goes, "You have a knack for detecting transgender people, especially with the way they look." And but I hope I get embraced by the transgender community. I mean, they're so open, welcome, and open arms. I will have to warn you. I talk about a lot of weird stuff, like behind closed doors. But let me just go on to say that I don't want to get a surgery. I'm actually a self-prescribed surgeon. I have my butter knife in the other room, and I'm gonna perform my own surgery by just unzipping my fly and then getting the butter knife and go and just saw that thing off. And then as it's sawing off, I'm going to be in pain because I'm not going to give myself any anesthetics, and it's gonna come off with the last little thread of skin, and then there's gonna be my new little pink hole will be gushing blood and cum, and I don't know if cum is less dense than blood, but it would be so cool to see how cum would rise to the top of a red liquid white mixture of sperm and cum, and then I go on the Guinness Book of World Records for the bloodiest period ever for a woman. Just the bloodiest freaking period you've possibly have ever heard. And I'm not taking hormones, guys. I don't believe in hormones. I believe you should have your natural hormones, because I always act feminine, because oh my god, guys, gag me with a spoon. I mean, girl, when you chop off your own dick, girl, you better be ready. Girl, you better start fingering that pussy once you start chopping that shit off. Cause man, you want to wear that butt plug, yeah, girl. Cause you don't want to be raped on the street, which is a very bad thing. It's like a buyer's market out there for transgenders being sexually assaulted, and and yeah, but I'm not gonna take out my Adam's apple. I'm not gonna take hormones. I'm a self-prescribed surgeon with a PhD or permanent head damage from a D-level college that teaches stupid alt-right bullshit, and I'm just gonna I'm just gonna chop that thing off, and I'm gonna wear it. Yeah. Don't let me forget. I'm gonna wear my chopped off dick around my neck. Just sew a big hole in it, and just wear it around my neck as a memorandum. But the best part of it is I'm gonna mummify my own penis, and I'm gonna shrink it like those shrunken heads, just a shrunken dick, just hung around my neck. And whenever I need to practice blowjobs, I'll I'll suckle on it a little bit. Maybe use it as a binky or a ring pop, so I could practice blowjobs on my new transgender community. And then maybe I'll collect them too. Maybe as a self-prescribed surgeon, the more I cut off, I'll pay $10,000 to shrink every one of these dicks and wear them around my neck as memorandum, because I have a knack for just slicing off penises with with the butter knife, just slowly, like that guy that got stuck in a canyon that had to saw his own arm off. And then I'm gonna collect them and then sell them later on for like $1 million, because I have nothing else to do. And if you won't, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna, whenever I feel like I'm gonna stick that shit up my own asshole, so that way I know what it's like. And I'm gay too. I'm a gay transgender person. I'm going from male to female, and then liking male, so I'm not really gay anymore. And and uh, yeah, I'm gonna, and then for the women that I'm gonna take the shrunken dicks for the women that want to become men, and I'm gonna unzip their fly and sew the shrunken dickhead on them. And then I don't know how they're gonna work it. They'll have to figure it out the rest of themselves. But it's a pretty simple procedure. All you have to do is just sew it back on. It's a little painful, but instead of it's just gluing it, I found the better way. You just gotta sew it on. Make sure you get the right string so it's the same color as their skin. I don't have black string because that's harder to come by and a little bit more expensive. So I can't do black people the way I can. And if you want to accept me for my transgender rights, then fuck you, you transphobic piece of shit. And then those of you who don't want to date me because I'm a transgender person, then fuck you. You're also a subhuman being that's transphobic and LGBTQIA plus phobic, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Who should really be ashamed of themselves here? Because I gotta make sure I grow my tits out by getting a bra. I don't even know the size of a bra, and getting a whole bunch of paper towels and stuffing them in my bra to make one larger than the other. Like one's flat and the other's bloated like a puffer fish. It's a big fat puffer fish. Just it's and if you won't accept me, then I will bring the wrath of the transgender community upon you, the less than 1% of people that are transgendered. So you better embrace me, otherwise you're the homophobic, transphobic piece of shit, and I hope you burn in hell. So I hope that brings a point, because I do not like the transgender movement. Now, obviously it was a joke, but let's see if I get accepted by the transgender community. And if they're not really that accepting. So I just want to say that I support trans rights. Well, I support trans people as individuals. I do not support them. I do not support their lifestyle. I think their lifestyle is pretty inhuman. To want to have a surgery to go from one gender to the other. Like, I'm not the biggest believer in God. I'm more agnostic at best, but I would say, why don't you just be happy with the way God made you, right? And I mean, if you are tiny, then you should still be happy about that, because there's multiple advantages of being tiny. There's multiple advantages of being tall. There's multiple advantages of being fat. Well, sorta. There's multiple advantages of being black, white, gay, Mexican. It doesn't matter. So, there's probably some advantages to being trans, but I just do not agree with their lifestyle. And what I especially don't like is when they push it on our kids. That's not okay. Or when they push it on their kids, or push it on other communities. Like, do I agree that? Do I think that there should be a transgender community? Well, of course I think there should be a transgender community. It brings people together. It's a happy thing to have. But when that community tries to infect other communities with their hive mind, oh, no. So, hey, anyways, with this video, let's see if I get accepted by the transgender community. And again, if they won't accept me, then fuck them, because they're the ones who are transphobic. So, anyways, guys, this is Dion signing off. Oh, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to hit that bell notification if you want to see more of my stuff. I try to mix in some little bit of the comedy. I try to talk about some serious stuff. I'm trying some different things out. I've kind of just recently found out that I'm funnier than hell, because I was just talking about how the other day I was literally talking about how I mooned, or not, I didn't, I did not moon someone mooned me, and I just was giving the most vivid, accurate details of how his hangy, crispy ball hair was just showing from his big, fat, black hole that was surrounded by two white dwarf planets. And yeah, it was like, ugh. And people were like, oh, dude, like, that's hilarious. Believe me, I have a really dark sense of humor, if you couldn't already tell from this video. So I try to mix in a little bit of comedy. I also try to talk about like really serious topics, like when I was threatened to get shot, depression, being a right-wing media or right-wing political commentator, which means, media, stuff like that. And then, some personal life stuff. I don't really like to talk about my own personal life, but there are aspects that I do like talking about. Yeah, so, hey, anyways, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification if you want to see more of what I do. You can also follow me at Real Dose of Dion on Instagram, Real Dose of Dion on Snapchat, which I never use. I only use it when I go out to like a party and like, oh, ha, 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 ha. And then, Real Dose of Dion on Twitter. And you can also follow me at Dion Thompson on Facebook, and Dose of Dion on Facebook. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. Love ya. Bye.